Hello. My name is Pepper Coolidge. I am here. Why am I here? Okay. Let me restart. My name is Pepper Coolidge. Funny name, I know. Funny, yeah. Pepper Coolidge. Everybody laughs at that name. Let me explain you the reason why I am here. I am here to tell a story about a man, a very evil man who hated me so much. I never really knew this man. Never really understood why this man hated me so. However, I did no harm to this man. I did nothing bad to him. I did not know him at all. And still, he hated me. He hated me a lot. And I will tell you the story of how much this man hated me. This is a recording. It all started, I think it was one Sunday afternoon. I was picking my mother up from church, and it was just another day spending with mom, as usual. I enjoy all my days with mom. Mother is very special to me. You see, those Sunday dates was very special to me. My mother was a widow of 5 years, and I a divorced man of 2 years. So you see, we both had lost someone we loved in our lives in less than a decade. My mother lost her husband because it was his time, and the Lord of Heaven had called him to the kingdom. And we could only be thankful of my father's life and respect the Lord of Heaven's judgment. I, on the other hand, I lost my wife because she was a bitter woman, and I had to lose my car, my house, and a reason to live because Judge Karen said that my life does not matter, and no matter how much I cried, I had to abide by her judgment. But I remember that day being, it was very special, just like any other day, just like any other Sunday. Very good. For lunch, I had the meatloaf, string beans, mashed potatoes, and the biscuit roll, which is my favorite, by the way. Mother, she had the same. Everything was good that day. It was not until later that night, around 9 p.m., let's say about 9 p.m., Mother was in bed, in her bed, I alone in my room. I remember looking through some old pictures of me and my ex-wife, feeling sad as usual. It was then when I heard a knock on the door, which was very strange because people in our neighborhood who knew us understood that my mom did not like anyone knocking on her door past 8 o'clock. So I knew that if not it was one of the neighbors, it had to be a stranger. After all, me and my mom's closest relatives lives about 45 minutes away from us, and they would have called before showing up unannounced. And our neighbors would only knock if it had been an emergency. However, I had a strange feeling that came over me as I heard this knock, a feeling of uneasiness. I grabbed my baseball bat, those good old Louisville sluggers, and cautiously made my way to the door. Standing behind the door, I asked, "Who is it?" in a masculine voice. And then the voice replied to me, and said, "Bob Lee." And I thought to myself, "Bob Lee? Who is Bob Lee?" I asked. "I'm here to see Martha," he said. "Martha? A man named Bob Lee is here to see my mother, Martha?" "How do you know Martha?" I asked. "I'm a member of her church," the voice said on the other side of the door. Bob Lee? I know all the members of my mother's church, and I've never heard of a Bob Lee. So immediately I thought something was very strange happening. So I ran towards my mother's room. I knocked on her bedroom door, as she said, "What do you want, Pepper?" she asked in a very mean voice. Then I said, "Sorry to disturb you, Mom, but a man named Bob Lee is here, and he claims he is from your church." "Oh, yes, Bob Lee. Yes, honey, I know him. Allow him inside, and I will be downstairs in a few," she said. Wow, I thought to myself, this Bob Lee must be someone very important, because after 8 o'clock, Mother does not come downstairs for anyone. So me being the naive person that I was, I thought surely this guy is someone important. So I rushed back downstairs to the door, and I opened it. As I opened the door, I see a man who appeared to be at least 70 years old, big beard, wrinkled eyes, and a very old-looking church suit. I swear it looked like he had been wearing the same suit for at least 2 months straight. Bob Lee," I said. "Yes," he replied. Come on in. Martha is upstairs getting ready. She said that she will be downstairs in a few. And by the way, I am her son, Pepper Coolidge," as I reached my hand out to shake his. "Nice to meet you, Pepper." "Bob Lee," he said. And then he made his way through the house, walked past me, and as he walked past me, I could smell a very, very foul odor in the air. Very disgusting. Very nasty. Ew, I thought to myself. This man stinks. Well, maybe I was jumping ahead of myself. Okay, after all, he is from my mother's church, I thought. So maybe he's a homeless man and someone my mother is helping. So surely that has to be the case. And if that is the case, then I apologize for my thoughts that I had about this man. But I would learn later on that that was certainly not the case. "Your mother's told me a lot about you, Pepper." "Really?" I said. "Yes, she has. She talks about you a lot." Wow, I thought to myself. So my mother has spoken to this man about me a lot, but she's never mentioned this man to me, not even once. This is the first time I've ever heard of him. And that's when I said to him, I said, "That's amazing that she said so much about me to you, but she's never said anything about you to me. Tonight is the first night that I've ever even heard of your name, that I've ever seen you." "I wonder why is that?" he said. "Yes, me too. I wonder why is that too." And then he just stared at me after saying that. It was a weird look, and I kind of felt a little awkward as we just stood in the living room, face to face. I did not know what to say to him. I just said, "Do you want anything to drink?" I asked. "No, I do not want anything to drink," he replied. "I only want to see Martha." That's what he said to me. And I just stood there, not knowing what to say. I had to ask, had to make up a conversation, so I just said, "How long have you been attending my mother's church?" He said, Well, I've just started attending your mother's church. I've been there for 3 months. 3 months, I thought to myself. Yeah, so he has been wearing that suit for 3 months. And then my mother entered the living room. Bob, how are you? She said, with a big smile on her face, just so happy to see this man. Martha, how are you? He looked back at her with a smile on his face, just happy to see her. And then they walked steadfast to each other, and it was very strange because I was expecting them to give each other a handshake or, something friendly. But it wasn't anything friendly. It was a hug that she gave to him and he gave to her, followed by a kiss. And they just kept kissing, just kept doing it right in front of me as if I wasn't standing there. And I was just in all shock, like, whoa, like, what is going on here? I finally asked. And then they finally stopped, and my mother, she was all, oh, Bob, not in front of my son, she said. Oh, Martha, I'm sorry, but you know how I get when I'm around you, he said to her. And I thought to myself, when he's around her, what? What is going on when he's around her? And then my mother looked at me and said, Pepper, this is Bob Lee. And I said, yes, I know who Bob Lee is. I've met him a few seconds ago. But who is he to you? I asked her. Well, Bob Lee, he's a new member of the church. And me and Bob Lee, we have been seeing each other. And my mouth hit the floor when I heard those words. What? Mother, are you serious? I said to her. When did you have time to even see anyone? I've been around you every day. Well, what? Pepper, she said, it's a long story. I wanted you to meet Bob Lee on another day. I really don't know why he's here now. And then she looked at Bob Lee and she asked, well, Bob Lee, why are you here now? And then Bob Lee looked at her and said, well, Martha, you forgot your watch at the church today, he said. And then he pulled up the watch and he gave it to her. He put it in her hands. And I seen the watch and I thought, oh my God, that's my father's watch. Yes, he was in a rush leaving out and you forgot. Oh, Bob Lee, thank you for bringing it to me, she said. And I just stood there as he took the watch from his nasty little coat pocket and put it around her wrist with those dirty hands. This man, what is going on here? How could my mother, a classy woman, be dating a filthy looking man like this? And then as he put the watch around her wrist, I meant to say, and she just looked him in the eyes and she kissed him on those dirty lips of his. And I just said, stop it, you two. Just please stop it, mother. Stop it. Oh, honey, what's wrong? Can you please cut it out? I asked her. Just cut it out. What is wrong, boy? Bob Lee said. And I looked at him and I said, what is wrong? You come up in here and you putting those filthy lips on my mother. Oh, honey, stop, she said to me. The boy's very rude, he said. And I said, very rude? You are the one very rude, mister. You come up in here and I don't even know who you are and you're just kissing all over my mother and you have my father's watch. Who do you think you are? Oh, honey, please stop. And then, I just got so angry. I just wanted to punch him in that nasty looking face of his. And I just couldn't. I just ran to my room. As I ran to my room, I could hear my mother and that nasty old man just talking, and don't know exactly what they were talking about, but then I just thought to myself, I couldn't believe it. Mother is dating someone? I can't believe this. And she didn't even have the nerve to tell me about it, to let me know. How could this just fly under the radar? You should have let me know, I thought to myself as I stood in my room just pacing back and forth. This is not fair. This is not fair to me. This is not fair to Father. How could she be so selfish, I thought to myself. What is wrong with this woman? She is too much of a good woman to be with someone like that. And then I heard the front door shut. And as I heard the front door shut, I heard footsteps coming towards my bedroom door. Honey, she said to me. And I said, what do you want? She said, I'm sorry that I didn't tell you about Bob Lee from the beginning. I just didn't know what to say. And I came to the door and I opened it and I said, Mother, how could you disrespect Father like that? How could you? And she said, honey, your father has passed away. I have to move on. Move on, I thought to myself. Why would you move on? Why would you want to move away from Father? And why would you let that nasty old man get his hands on Father's watch? Oh, honey, she said to me. Bob Lee is a good man. You have to give him a chance. I promise you. Give him a chance and you will like him. She said, he's very nice. He's a gentleman. And I said, if he's such a gentleman, then why didn't he put on some better looking clothes? Oh, honey, stop it. He's down on his luck right now. Oh, down on his luck right now. The man is down on his luck and he's trying to date a woman. Shouldn't he be trying to get himself together? Oh, honey, just give him a chance. I promise you'll like him. One day, I'll schedule a date. All three of us can go out together and have dinner. You know, we can go to our favorite restaurant. Our favorite restaurant, I said to her. Yes, honey, please, just do it for me. And I really did not want to do it for her. I really did not want to do it, but I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to try. I want to try and put my anger to a side. Just for tonight. And I looked her in the eyes and I said, okay, Mother. I'll give him a chance. And we would arrange a date between the three of us. And we will see how things go. Oh, honey, thank you, she said to me. I promise you would like him, she said. And I'm sorry, she said. And then she walked to her room, all smiling, and just seemed so happy. And I just looked at her as she started walking to her room, and it was a different glow about her, just something different. It was, oh my God, she's in love, I thought to myself. This woman is in love with this dirty old man named Bob Lee. I couldn't believe it. How could she stoop so low? As she walked into the bedroom and shut the bedroom door, just laughing to herself. Ridiculous, I thought to myself. No way. No way my mother, my sweet old mother, could be in love with such a nasty old man. There's got to be something about this man. Something. This man. Yes, I thought to myself. I know what it is. He has a spell on her. That's what I thought. Yes, He has a spell on her. He must be a crook or something. Devil worshiper. Preying on older women. That's exactly what he's doing. I need to find out about this man. I need to know who is Bob Lee.